Welcome to Rocky and Buzz Show. I'm Rocky.
I'm Buzz.
Oh, you got a fork in your hand?
I've just been eating.
Listen, you might remember we dropped my R33 GTR, my baby, down to our friends just across the road, Advanced Auto Technic, because my man Bob from Autobody Technics was busy that Saturday, and so I dropped the car to a friend's garage. It was coming here to get prepped, to go up for sale, coming here to get the front bumper painted, and a full polished detail to the car. These guys here, they've been in the game for a fucking long time.
Why did he just swear? That's how you know he's passionate, because he swore.
Yeah, and I'm very particular with bodywork, so you might see a lot of my cars that go out to places, they go to the best of the best. So guys, meet Bob from Autobody Technics. He'll tell you a little bit about it.
Come on, Bob, don't be shy.
And there's a bit more to it. Bob.
Hey, Rocky, you got to stand in between us.
How you doing?
Like proper sandwich, proper brown sandwich.
Yeah.
Brown sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm the ham in the middle.
One key thing that makes the body shop different is it's not just the in and out bumper job they normally do. He's done it for me and he probably will do it for anyone else that wants to hit him up. But they do a lot of restorations. And we're going to go inside now and show you some cars they're working on. Some epic restorations go on in this place. From Capris to early Fords. You got a Brooklands yourself that you restored. Their Brooklands is absolutely insane. The 280, love those cars. And some old classic Porsches as well. Let's go and take a look. So a body shop that's not massive in size, but it's absolutely kicking in here. Look around, you probably lose count of Porsches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably more waiting outside to come inside and get some Autobody Technic love. So from new stuff out there, you got stuff that even that comes from dealer that needs attention. I'm gonna now hand over to Buzz, because Buzz is gonna talk to you around some classic cars that are in here, because he loves classics. He's just been told something gets soda blasted and he thought it was a drink.
That's not true at all. Rocky does try and belittle me over things like that, but he literally relies on me for everything. So talking about classics, I would say probably 2011 is a classic car. As you can tell from the number plate, that's the 2011 car.
No, it's not. So ever since I was like 14, 15 years old in my area, Bob Lot used to have a workshop in Southall, and they used to release some epic German cars, like the Golf Mark IIs and stuff like that. You've done, right?
So head honcho, looking at him.
Yeah.
Right. So we started about 25 years ago. So we're known for our Porsche paintwork. So
That says money. As soon as you hear that money.
Yeah. Sounds of money. Started off in Southall, and it sort of snowballed from there. We'd done customers started trusting us with their Porsches, and then word got around. Dealers found out who we were. And hey, just snowballed from there, and we've been doing Porsches ever since.
There's an important thing here about Bob's business. They also buy and sell cars. So Goldheart Automotive, we'll get a banner up there right now as well. Check them out. They can sell some nice cars. They've got some good M marks here in stock as well. So Bob, Carrera S.
Yeah, so we've got a 993 Carrera S down here. This came in for a bit of paintwork across the roof and just your general corrosion around the front scuttle panel. So we do quite a lot of stuff like this. Another classic over there, we got a 3.2 Carrera. Again, a little bit of corrosion. 964 RS up on the ramp there. That's gone in for a full respray, full hit of paint on that one. And then we got the old Fords, Ford Capri 3 litre GLX, Triumph Stag in there, somewhere hidden underneath everything. That's the sort of stuff that we do down there.
So Bob, talk to us about this RS, because the RS on Porsche brands means big money nowadays, no?
Yeah, at one point RS was a car that no one really looked twice at. 20 years ago, held a small premium over a sort of stock car. Today, that same car is probably £250,000 sat up there.
Wow, so that car up there is worth £250,000 restored?
Around £250,000, yeah. So yeah, they're hitting some big money, and people like that trust us with their cars.
Bob, why is that car upside down?
So this car's on a split. We've got it upside down. We're doing all the underfloor on this one. New floor pans are going on it. It's a Triumph Stag. No, Rocky, you don't want to wear that.
You call me Rocky.
No, Rocky, you buzz there.
Okay, here's an interesting thought then. What car is this?
Triumph Stag.
One of my favourite cars. Look at them all the time. What's a Triumph Stag?
Something that came out of the British motoring industry in the 70s.
Oh wow, so it's a really old car.
It's a really old car.
Is this yours?
Yeah, this is one of our projects. So the idea is to make this into probably one of the nicest ones that are going to be out there. Everything's documented, what we're doing, photo documented. This will probably be one of the nicest solid cars once we're done with it.
One thing that catches my eye over here, probably the first car I asked Bob about when I arrived here today, it's a Capri GXL. It's up on the ramp right now. These cars, I've always had a soft spot for them. They look absolutely outstanding. And this car's been through a full restore as well here at Autobody Technic. I believe it was been through a few colour cycles in its life. And Bob, being Bob at Autobody, he's gone investigating deep into the car, found the original colour the car left the Ford factory with, and the car is now back in that colour. What's that colour called, Bob?
Sapphire blue. Car came into us in some sort of a some sort of a green,
Horrible green, yeah?
some sort of horrible green that Buzz would, you know, you would have jizzed all over it. It left the factory in that blue. Somewhere along the lines we found a different type of blue and then a green on the top of that. When we took the engine out, we found this sapphire blue deep down in the tunnels. So the customer decided to take it back to that original colour.
And that car will be out soon. So one interesting point here, Bob, is about you guys. You said something earlier that caught mine and Buzz's attention, that you've never advertised anywhere.
Yep, so in the 30 years we've been doing this, you know, fortunately we've been in that position. We've never really needed to advertise. So yeah, we've just been in that position. We've just snowballed from reputation. Customer just recommends us to someone else that they know, and then someone else that they know.
And just to confirm, Bob, you have been busy. Because obviously when you say you haven't advertised, it could mean that you've been literally doing like one car a year, but you have been busy and grown it, right?
Well, just take a look around you. So yeah, we know one or two things what we do down here.
Yes, there you go. From £250,000 cars, like the RS up here, to Ford restorations, like the GXL on the ramp there, to Buzz's favourite, a split roast in the garage here for Triumph Stag, floor getting detailed. But there's something else these guys do. This is probably their bread and butter, is insurance work. So if you've had a collision, you guys are insurance approved?
Yeah, so we can undertake any type of insurance work, put you into a courtesy car if you need to. We can help out with those sort of things.
Let's go and check out my R33 that Bob just finished for me. I've never ever, out of 5-6 years of ownership, seen my car looking this clean. Okay, so Morgan said we need to explain something for the younger viewers, because he's a young viewer as well. What do we mean by spit roast, Buzz?
Spit roast is it's a way of cooking a pig, actually. So we were talking about the way that car is. You just kind of turn a pig around. That's what a spit roast is.
Absolutely that. So we've got the car mounted on both sides, front and back, elevated off the floor. And when it's a shell, if you're doing good bodywork to a car, you need the ability to flip the car around. So you can spin the car around, detail the floor, weld where you need to weld. There's not a type of bodywork that these guys don't do. So from a front bumper paint to a detail, to a full machine polish, to a full restoration of a £250,000 car, to dealer cars coming in that have a paint lifting off them. These guys are the real deal. Predominantly, what is amazing, that this business has been built up purely on word of mouth. 30 years in the game and restoring £250,000 cars, that is an absolute astonishing achievement. Big up to Autobody Technics, and honestly, one of the reasons why I've known them since I was a little child, and why I'm really comfortable dropping any of my cars here, and I know they're going to be in good hands.
Bob's done such a good job on the paintwork. This is called the paint scratch test.
Oh, bro, what are you doing? Is that why you had a fork in your hand?
What? I thought you said that's how you test forks or paint.
No, keep that away from
So
my car.
what we want to cover here is we want to go over what's happened with the car. The car like this, it is in immaculate condition. It's a concourse show car.
It definitely isn't. We never ever said this is a conquest show car. It's a very, very, very nice example.
It was never meant to be one of those kind of like 300-mile cars.
Yeah.
It's had some really crazy mods, but in terms of getting this car to where we want it to be, looking at it, it's glistening now. Bob, how did you get the paint match to match the rest of the car when doing a bumper?
With any car, the car will have a color code on it. We'll put it into our computer system. It will give us a formulation or different shades of the color. So on this particular car, it had 2 shades. We chose the correct one, mixed it up on our system, and hey, that's how we got the color on this.
Did it come out just right first time, or did you have to experiment a little bit to say, actually, you know what, we need to change the formula a bit?
You can normally tell by what colors go into a formula to maybe work out what color it's going to be. So this one wasn't too hard. It was 2 shades to it. First formula didn't have any metallic fleck in it. Second shade did. So it was quite obvious for us which one it's going to be. Yes, it does get harder sometimes. When it does get harder to match colors, then it's a matter of mixing up small amounts of paint them onto little test cards, and then matching them up onto cars. That's what takes a lot of time.
Okay, so did you have to flick into any of the rest of the bodywork or anything like that, or not really? Because on my Lambo we had to.
No such word as flicking. It's called flicking is something else that you're thinking of. It would be called blending. So, right, the reason you would generally need to blend into a color is for color matching. Now, the way metallic colors are made up of different particles, you have a lot of pearlescence, a lot of micas. So those metallic particles need to A, stand in the correct direction, B, the pearlescent in the color needs to flick in the right direction with the sunlight. If you don't do that, if you only stick to one panel painting, your colour won't flick or blend with the rest of the
So what we're saying is that, for example, with these metallic particles with pearlescent paints, if you don't blend in the right direction, they're always going to look off, even though the colour might be bang on, they're actually going to look off in the sunlight.
That's right, yeah.
Yes, a GV1 Black Pearl. Only 19 GTRs, Series 3 Skylines ever left the Nissan factory, and this is one of those 19. So if you look really closely at the colour, you will not pick this up on the camera. And when the sun hits it, you get a very sort of background red shimmer. Like it's like a pearl that comes in the paint. But yeah, these guys have got it absolutely bang on. We'll pull the car out, give it a once over. I'm gonna definitely be kissing it goodbye. Hopefully, you know, the new owner, whoever does buy the car, will love it. If it doesn't sell, because we are asking strong money for the car, but there's good reasons behind that. There are people out there that are saying, you know, you can buy a 33 for this, you can buy a 33 for that. That's no difference to a Porsche RS up there that you can now value at 250 grand or buy one for 150 that needs a lot of work. So yeah, it will be staying with me if it doesn't go for the right money. But for the moment, I've now had the Autobody Technic's touch. The bumper at the front was really bugging me. It was peppered. And yeah, we're going to take it to the detailer now, wash out some carpets in the back. They've got a few stains on them because there's still a swell pot in the back. And yeah, hopefully the car will sell to somebody who respects it and likes it, bro. Right, so the second reason we came to Autobody Technic today is that me and Buzz were taking up a little lesson on how to machine polish a car that's just been painted fresh off the gun. And Bob has said to us he will teach us how to polish a car properly, but
he's going to let us run wild on the car first without any training to show how bad it could end up. He's not going to tell us how much polish to apply, all the little techniques. And he said once we've then done that and fucked the car up, he's going to show us how to fix it.
So it's a big risk he's taking. He
And
might have
it's
to repaint
quite
the
a
car.
nice, it's an important car to us as well.
So I'll tell you what then, since you're saying that, we haven't revealed the car. What car do you reckon it's going to be? There's loads of Porsches around here. It might be a Porsche, but loads of cars around here. What car is it going to be?
It could be even one of ours.
Yeah, it could be one of ours. And who do you think done a better job, me or Buzz?
Or who's going to do a better job?
Yeah, let's go. Let's film this now. Next episode, subscribe. We'll get this out.
See you later.